All of you, a very good afternoon to one another. Now today's lecture, someone is sorry. Yes. Okay. Very good afternoon to one another. Today we will see something about the uh, power quality. Last class we will see the some power quality issues, how the power quality problems occur in the system. So how to minimize that power quality problems. So who are the responsible this power quality problems in the systems? All the things. Last class we already seen that. Okay. Now we can see that. So in the last class we discussed the power quality problems. Once again we will see this what we discussed in the last class. Just yes, you see this all of you. The power quality problems, as I said earlier. I think my screen is visible to all of you. So last class we have discussed about this problems. So is what is power quality? Who are the responsible for these problems? Power quality problems present in the systems. Now see this for power quality issues, we are concerned two ways: for the industry side, at the same time for the customer side. For customer perception, you see the like this. For sorry, for customer perception is like this. For utility perception is like this. For customer perception, they said that 60% power quality problems arise due to the natural problems. So natural in the sense due to the sudden a change in the loads or some trees fell in the overhead line, something about it. All are natural. So they say that only 12% will responsible for customers for producing the power quality issues in the system. Okay, then another are the libraries, something. But in utility point of view, they said that nothing but some generating stations, transmission stations, all are. They said that their natural problems are 66% out of 100. They face. They said that we are only 1% responsible for this power quality problem. Only 1%. They said that customers are responsible for causing the power quality problems are about 25%. Then others are 8%. Okay, we already see in the last class. Okay. Now go to the next slide. Is power quality is equal to the voltage quality? We are just rememberizing the what we can discuss it in the last class. Okay. Okay, is power quality is equal to the voltage quality? Yes, as I said in the earlier last class, power quality is equal to the voltage quality. So the distribution companies is responsible for maintaining the constant voltage at the terminals, nothing but the customer side. Okay, so the changes in the current will entirely depends upon the customer's loads. Suppose we can use it as the R load. The current may changes in some ways. We can use the RL load. It may be in different way. Then we can use RLC load. It may be in different way. The consumption of the current is in the different ways. Okay, that entirely depends upon the customers. When you use the like as I said, when you use these non-linear. So non-linear loads is like this. We represent the non-linear loads is some diode like this. These are the some symbol of the non-linear loads. Non-linear loads are nothing but the Power-electronic loads. Okay, when you use this type of non-linear loads, so the power system it will causes the power quality problems in the system. But nowadays, more equipment we are using this power electronic equipments only. More of the equipments are power electronic devices we are using nowadays. All the automation systems will include the power electronics and electronic devices. Okay, this will cause the power quality problems in the system. But those are mandatory nowadays. So why this? Because these are the diodes or thyristors or transistors, whatever it may be, or IGBTs or whatever MOSFETs or something like that. They draw the non-linear currents in the systems. Last class I already show this some ways like this. This current, non-linear currents. But our actual currents are like sine wave. What will happen? This is for example. What will happen when you sum up this? P is equal to Vi. What will happen here? The entire curve is changed. Like the entire summation curve is changed. Power. So this power alternating devices will cause some problems in the system. Okay. Then see the next one. Why are we concerned about this power quality problems? The main thing is economic impacts. We already discussed in the last class why it is. For suppose we are taking in Andhra Pradesh, we are considering some automatic plants like Kia Motor Industries. That is entirely operated in automated mode. Automation means it may be controlled by some another power electronic devices. Is nothing but some microprocessor devices. So at the same time, some PLCs. All the equipments has some power electronics. At the same time, in see the economic point of view, due to this power quality problems, if any of the failure of the system or any failure of the PLC or something about the any devices related devices, what will happen here? The entire system or the entire industry may shut down some more days. So this will cause the huge economic loss to the industries, more of the industries. The main problem in power quality is facing the automation industries. The main industries facing this power quality problem is the mainly automation industries, automated industries. The next one, some evaluation procedure. We already see this. You can characterize the different power quality problems, voltage regulations, voltage sags. You can also characterize voltage dip, interruptions, flickers, transients, and harmonics. So you can measure how to measure how to measure that one. To measure the then possibility of the cause, then the characteristics and equipment impacts. Then where it present in the utility system, distribution system, so transmission system, distribution system, as in customer side as well as this specification. Then how to evaluate this one? We can model these problems and as well as we can evaluate some alternative techniques. We can reduce this power quality problems. Nothing but I said that active filters as well as passive filters is nothing but the DVRs, DSTATCAM like the devices. Then we can produce some possible solutions. Okay, I already see the last classes. Then we can come into the then go for our today's class. Yes, just a minute. Then I can look at this today's class. We can see this today we are going to discuss the general classes of power quality problems that maybe only we are discussing today possible transients and long duration voltage variations with the time varies. Now we can see this these are the power quality problems. Now see then power quality problems, then come to power quality problems. Who decide that one? If it is a this problem, or if this is a sag, or this is a spell, or this is a transient, or this is a some another Who will decide that one? There are some specific institutes. There are some standard institutes are there. That institutes we can call it as the an IEEE institute. Okay. At the same time, IEC. So IEEE is in the sense of International Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Then IEC you can call it as the International. You can see here International Electrotechnical Commission. These two institutes is define the standards of the power quality problems faced in the power systems. As you know that each problem has a different phenomenon, will causes the different problems in the system. The voltage sag will causes the different ways in the system. The voltage cell will causes the different ways in the system. So the production of nothing but how this voltage sag and voltage cell is produced in the system. These are the some these problems will produce causes the different ways in the system. How to define that that voltage sags or voltage cells or transients? Who will decide that one? These two institutes will decide. These two institutes will frame the some standards for power quality problems. So based on those standards, IEC, now we can only consider the IEC standards in our syllabus or textbook. So the first standard is based on the electromagnetic disturbances. We are classified into low frequency phenomena, okay na? Radiated low frequency phenomena, contacted high frequency phenomena. Contacted high frequency phenomena, contacted high frequency phenomenon means here. So two systems are nothing but we can join the two industries. I mean two conductors at the same time. It will produce some frequencies like radiant as well as low frequencies. They can also categorize it by another way that we can call it as the steady state phenomena. Okay, steady state phenomena. You can see the that what is amplitude, what is frequency, what is spectrum modulations, all other things. Then they can also classify it into the non-steady state phenomena, nothing but rate of rise of voltages as well as currents at the same time, then amplitude, duration, all the things. They can classify it like this. So they can classify the magnetic disturbances as well as the steady state phenomena as well as the non-steady state phenomena. Now we can discuss all the things in series. So in our syllabus, we can consider the first one is the electromagnetic phenomena. We have three types of phenomena there. Okay, you can see these three types of phenomena: electromagnetic phenomena, steady state phenomena, non-steady state phenomena. You can see the first one, electromagnetic phenomena. Okay, you can see this electromagnetic phenomena. Based on this electromagnetic phenomena, IEC. Yes, okay. This institute, the standard institute, IEC institute, is classified into this different types. Okay, first one is the transients. Okay, transients again we have the two different types: impulsive transients as well as the oscillatory transients. First of all, you have to see what is this transient, how this transients is produced in the system. I think you already studied the transients in the network subject. So how this transients is produced in the system? We can simply say that we can switch on the system or we can switch off the systems. On that time a transients may produces based on at the same time based on the loads, R load, RL load, RLC loads. The transients variation in the system is based on this loads. The performance, the transients produced in the system may change. Okay, so now see this how then transients you can divide into the two categories. First one is the impulsive transients and second one is the oscillatory transients. How these two transients are produced in the system? This impulsive transients is produced in the system mainly of lightning strokes hitting the system, nothing but the power system or power lines, overhead lines. Lightning stroke is hitting the power lines, nothing but the overhead transmission lines. that causes the high currents in the system. At the same time, voltage is in the system. That type of problems you can call it as a transients. Again, that impulse transients is you can calculate it in the very less time. Sorry, you can see this. You can consider in the system are present in the system in nanoseconds, microseconds, as well as the milliseconds. So once you should remember in power quality problems, the main thing you are remember is this one and this. These are the main thing you have to remember. Because I tell you one example. This is the sinusoidal voltage. Okay, so some sinusoidal voltage. This is some sinusoidal. You can assume it as some pure sinusoidal voltage. And this is the time. I may draw some per unit value, some voltage, some 1 pu, 1 pu per unit, 1 per unit, 1 pu. But I can calculate it as 1 pu. I tell you what is 1 pu. This is the time. For suppose, see this. So I can draw the some voltage again. You can see this. I can draw this again. It comes to the normal level, voltage level. Or I can draw the lines voltage again. If you have any doubts, please ask me. This is some voltage. You observe this voltage, this level of voltage. This is the pure sine wave. You can assume it as pure sine wave. You can see this voltage level is dark. You can also see this voltage level, which may be also drop. It is here in this case, it is completely zero. Here in this case, it is voltage level is reduced to the some level. Now we can see this. Some another graph. This is the voltage again. This is the higher voltages. You get this one. What will happen here? This is also voltage curve. This is also voltage curve. What will happen here? In this case, we see here. You see here in this case, the voltage is reduces here in a particular time. Remember, in a particular time, what will happen here? The voltage is completely zero in a particular time. This is the time. Here, the voltage is beyond the limited value in a particular time. So these three cases are different. These three cases are different, but these three cases will indicate the changes in the voltage levels. But these three cases are different. How to name these three cases? How to identify these three? This is the another problem. This is one problem. This is one problem. This is one problem. These three are different. How to identify? First one is this problem. Second one is this problem. This one is second problem. Based on this one. Typical duration as well as magnitude as well as the content. These three categories. Okay. Can anyone please any doubts? Please ask me. So unmute yourself. Please ask me. Can any doubts in this? How to characterize why it is so important? So can anyone doubts here? Please ask me. Can anyone have doubts? Please respond. Can anyone have doubts here in these cases? Please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself and ask if you have any doubts. Okay. Yes, I'm asking. 297 is present. When you remember this table, so most of the power quality problems, you know that which one is which problem. So which one is voltage sag, which one is voltage cell, which one is transient, which one is impulsive transient, which one is oscillatory transients, which one is short duration variations, long duration. Okay, as you see this, okay, impulsive. So as I said this, because of this, you see this already we drawn the some waveforms, and you see this some different types of the voltage levels. Then how to sacrifice, I mean how to differentiate that. Okay, na? So transients. So then first one is the impulsive transients. You see this impulsive transients. These are mainly of the uh, lightning strikes in the overhead transmission. That lightning strikes is present in the system a few milliseconds or microseconds. So when you hit the system, it will causes the some voltage dips in the system, as well as the low level of voltages and the high currents. So it can inject the high currents in the system. That will present in the, you can see this. How much duration is it? It will be an impulse is nothing but the how much duration when you say when you say this. For suppose this is the impulsive problem. When you say this, how much time that is present in the system? This is the time. I repeat it again. This is the voltage level or current level. You can call it as voltage or current. So this is the time. How much time it is present in the system? That may be of less than 50 nanoseconds in the system. So something, these are the times impulses present in the system. Those type of voltage problems, you can call it as an impulse problem. Then another one is the oscillatory transients. How these oscillatory transients are produced in the system? These transients are produced in the system because of the capacitors. We switch on the capacitors, or we can switch off the capacitors in the household or industrial purposes. You know that capacitor banks. All of you know the capacitor banks. In our households also we are using some inverters as well as battery backups. So when you coming to the industries, they are using the more number of capacitor banks. When they switch on the capacitor banks in the power system, what will happen here? It can produce as this some oscillations. Some oscillations in the system is like this. I mean, not exactly is like this. After some times, what will happen here? These transients are this oscillator transients are minimized. So at the starting of the capacitor, that oscillations are like that. After some times, it may be reduces, like it may be reduces. How much time it will present in the system? It will be present in the system of 0.3 milliseconds to the 50 milliseconds in the system. How much voltage level it produces? Nothing but this peak. How much peak it is produces in the system? How much peak? I said that it is the 1 pu. It is the 1 pu. This is plus 1 pu. This is the minus 1 pu. This is the time. I say this is the time. So how much peak voltage it will produces? Nothing but the up to the 4. So if it is a 1, but it will present in the system of how much? 4. Okay, 4. For if you consider it as a 1 pu, but how much I mean what we can say it is how much increase of the power, increase of the voltage we can see here. This much voltage variation is there, 1 pu, nothing but. So I tell you 1 pu is nothing but, for suppose if you are working in the 230 volts system, you can assume it as a 1 pu. Okay, then we can assume it as 1 pu and we can draw the graph like this. We can say this as the 1 pu. 1 pu I can assume it as, what is 1 pu? That is the 230 volt system. Okay, or we can working it as a 3-phase system. We can consider it as a 415 volts or 440 volts. That time also we can assume it as a 1 pu. No, not an issue. At any voltage level or any system, we can consider it as a per unit. Pu means here per unit. Pu means per unit. I can assume it as a 1 pu in the system. For suppose it is a 440 volts, but it will produce as the 4 pu, nothing but the more than that voltages. That you can call it as the oscillatory transients. Those are present in the system. This is the timing, 0.3 to the 50 milliseconds in the system. Those are the oscillators. Okay, now next see the second category of the power quality problem. Next one is the short duration variations. We can see the most important one, short duration variations. Again, the short duration variations we have they have characterized into the three different categories: instantaneous, as well as momentary, and the next one is the temporary. Short duration variations is again classified into the three different categories. First one is the instantaneous, then second one is the momentary, then third one is the temporary. As the name itself, it indicates the some answer. As you see this in a power systems, the name itself, it gives the some answers. For suppose oscillatory, oscillations is nothing but it is the oscillation moment, like that. Okay, name itself. Here a short duration, nothing but the a very small time for quality problems in the system. A very small time. Okay, na? Here see instantaneous. Okay, na? That instantaneous again you can classify into the three different categories: interruption, a voltage sag, or you can also call it as in some textbook they can represent the voltage dip. The next one is the swell. In the instantaneous category, we have three different categories. What are those three different categories? Interruption, sag, and swell. And then we can see this momentary also the same problem. Interruption, sag, and swell. Temporary is also the same three. Instantaneous we have three different. The same will be reflected in the momentary. That same will be reflected in the temporary also. Then how these three are different from one case to the another? Nothing but how these three instantaneous problem is different from the momentary. Momentary is different from the temporary. How these are the different from one of those. So because of this differences, you can see this an interruption. An interruption. You can see this an interruption. So many of you know that I draw here for suppose this I can call a interruption. Are you agree with me? This we can call it as interruption. Some time, as I said, time is the important factor when you decide the power, which type of power quality it is. Time as well as the number of cycles it present in the system is the important factor. Based on those number of cycles and as well as the time present in the problem, we can characterize into these different categories. Okay, now I can call it as interruption. I can call this as a short-term interruption as well as the at the same time I can call this as the long-term interruption also. Then what is a short time? What is a long time? How to differentiate both long time as well as the short time based on these categories. Okay. Okay, you see these categories. An interruption, it may be present in the per unit system. Again, I draw the some voltage level here. So 1 pu, I can draw here 1 pu, 1 pu. Maybe a voltage or current 1 pu. This is the time. I can assume it as a time in this graph. So this interruption is present in the. These are the cycles. You know that frequency. If in our system, it is a 50 Hz. It's nothing but in 1 second it has 50 cycles. 1 second it has 50 cycles present in the system. Nothing but here the time is, we can assume it as 1 second. How many cycles are produced in the system? Here a 50 cycles is present in the system. Now see here an interrupt, we can assume it as an interrupt. What is, we can call it as interrupt? That magnitude is 1 pu, nothing but 0.1. This is the 0.1. This is the 0.2. Sorry, I am unable to draw neatly. sorry, this is 1.2, or suppose this is 0.9. Okay, I hope all of you understand. So this interrupt is present in the here, this magnitude, in this magnitude. At the same time, how many cycles here? 0.5 to the 50 cycles. For suppose this is the normal voltage, these are the 50 cycles. You can assume it as a 50 cycles present in the system, 50 cycles. How many cycles it is? Only only 0.5 to the 30 cycles. Nothing but you can see this for it is a see here 1 point, nothing but this is the, you can call it as a one cycle, 1 second. You can assume it as a 1 second time, 0.1 millisecond ms. This is 0.1 as well as this is the 0.9. You can assume it as per 1 millisecond. I think it is nearly of 2 cycles. So nothing but the how many cycles it is? Only 30 cycles. It's nothing but the here in this magnitude. You remember, in this magnitude it will present in the up to this 30 cycles. Is nothing but this one, this time one. The voltage is present in this time one. After that, it has the normal voltage levels. Remember, so it presented the 0.5 millicycles to the 30 milliseconds. I hope all of you understand. This is the 0.1. I can draw it as the 0.9. So this is the 1 second. So nothing but this is the millisecond. This is the 1 pu. Nothing but the 1 pu. It is, you can assume it as a 0.1. So an interrupt is present in the 0.5 cycles to the, so nothing but here it starts here. It presented the up to the 30 cycles, this magnitude only. Here see this, all of you. I can change the color of the pen. You can see this. Here it present in the up to the 30 cycles. Here. After the 30 cycles, what will happen here? After the 30 cycles, what will happen after the 30 cycles? It comes to the 1 pu. Comes to the 1 pu. This type of interruption, you can call it as this type of problem, you can call it as interruption. Please, anyone any doubts here? Please ask me. Please ask me. Any doubts here? So because when you understand these problems thoroughly, then it is very easy for me to go further. Can anyone, any doubts? Please unmute yourself and ask, please. I think interruption. You understand what is the instantaneous interruption? Can anyone please respond? Respond. Can anyone unmute yourself? Say something when you understand or not. You are not understand, I will again repeat it. Please respond, 1 or 2 persons. If you understand or not, what is instantaneous interruption in the system? Please respond. So in the chat board, someone says,
sir, understanding, sir.
Yes. Yes. Someone yes. Okay. Thank you. Then we can go for the. So now someone is asked that what type of supply is available from lightning stroke as well as AC or DC. Now we can see this. That is, we can assume it as AC AC power, because you know that the lightning stroke is hit in the AC transmission lines or DC transmission lines. Based on those transmission system, the problems are nothing. The power quality is same. Okay. Now see this. Then those are the instantaneous interruption. The next one is the voltage sag or dip. We can okay. That is the voltage sag or the dip. Someone is asked that unmute their self number 33 and ask me typical voltage magnitude elaborated last column in that where I mean last column I don't know where it is. Unmute yourself and speak, no problem. The roll number 233. Unmute yourself and speak.
Sir,
Yeah,
typical voltage magnitude and per unit values lo undi kada sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, అది అంటే వోల్టేజ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అవుతుందా సార్ లేకపోతే ఏంటి సార్ అది అంటే కొంచెం
Yes,
clear
yes,
explain.
yes. That is affected by the voltages. Yes, we are talking about this voltage level. So current is also affecting, but our assumption is here voltage. You understand? Okay.
Yes sir, okay.
Yes. I will once again explain you. I will once again explain you the basic term again. This is the power. P is equal to VI. So how this voltage is affected because of this current? So this is the perfect power. So this is the some voltage. This is the some voltage. This is the current. This is the current. Based on the load, it may be R, it may be of L, it may be of C, capacitive load or inductive load or resistive load. The current variation in the system is changes. It will causes the problem in the system. Total power, nothing but the voltage is changes in the system. Okay, we are discussing here voltage problems. Okay, so now see here a dip in the system, a sag. You can call it as a sag. The sag is also present in the momentary as well as the temporary also. But it is a instantaneous sag. What is the time it will present in the system? Again, you can see this. Again, you can see this graph. So this is 1 pu. Nothing. I already said that 1 pu is nothing but a 230 volt system. You assume it as a 230 volts, or you can assume it as a 440 volt system, whatever it may be. Pu means a per unit value. So this is the time. How we will define it as a sag? So see this sag is also present at that. Remember that one. Sag is also present at 0.1 magnitude to 0.1 magnitude to the 0.9 magnitude. Here in between the sag is present, but interrupt is only present at the less than the 0.1 magnitude. Here interrupt is present here. Interrupt is present only in this range only, but the dip is present in this range. Nothing but the our up to the our required limit. Okay. So point 1. This is the 0.9. 0.1, that is the 0.9. Sorry, some small interruption actually. Yes, 0.1, 0.9. This is the time we are taking. This is the time we are taken. So this is 1 pu. This is 1 pu per unit voltage, per unit voltage value. What is the sag here? So I may draw the graph here. So this is the our perfect voltage, but it is present at the this level, 0.1 to the up to the 0.9. These all are, we can call it as the sag. Sag is nothing but a dip in the voltage levels. A dip in the voltage levels. Then how much time it will present? How much time? It is not continuous. As I said, if it is, as I said, it depends upon the two quantities. Per unit, nothing but the it is depends upon the two quantity. As I said, it is the magnitude. This we can call it as a magnitude. This we can call it as a time. This is the time. This is the magnitude or amplitude value. Okay, based on this one. So how much time it will continue this low voltages in the system? It will be of how much time? Again 0.1 cycles to the 30 cycles. So 0.5 cycles to the 30 cycles. Nothing but up to the, so we assume that 50 Hz system, nothing but 50 Hz system is nothing but in the 50 Hz system. I said you can you know that 50 cycles per second, we have the 50 cycles are there. Upon that 50 cycles, we have only the 30 cycles are the low voltages. That magnitude value is in between the range 0.1 to the yes, this is the here. This is the magnitude levels here. This is the magnitude 0.1 to 0.9 only. Okay, na? At the same time, you can also see the swell also. Sorry, here that is not another. That is another category. You can see this swell also. What is the swell here? The time. The time is again 0.5 to the 0.3 seconds. You see this? All the instantaneous is present at this one, but only changes is the magnitude. What is this swell means? The higher the voltage levels. We can say that swell means higher the voltage levels. A sag means lower the voltage levels. Okay, na? Now see this swell. I can draw this swell. This is the swell. This is 1 pu. I can assume it as 1 pu. This is the, I can say this. This is the time. This is the 0. Okay, 1 pu is nothing but the curve is like this. More than the 1 pu. Okay, you understand? You understand? More than the 1 pu. After some time, here this is the 1 pu 1 pu region. This is the 1 pu region. More than this region is nothing but the up to which region? There is one condition also. Up to which one? Up to 1.4 times 1.4 pu only. Okay, up to 1.4 pu only. Okay, then how much time it will be present at the 1.4 pu up to the 1.4 pu? How many cycles it will present at the I mean sorry it will present at the 1 point, sorry, I can go for momentary, sorry, it is the, we are discussing instantaneous, is nothing but the 1.1 to 1.8, sorry, it is the 1.8 pu. This is 1.8 pu. Sorry, I mean yes, this is the 1.8 pu. This is the 1.8 pu. This is 1.8. How many cycles it will present? Only the 30 cycles. Here, this is first cycle, second cycle, third cycle, and so on. 30 cycles. It will present up to the 30 cycles. This we can call it as a swell. A swell is nothing but the higher the voltage level. A sag is nothing but the lower the voltage level within the specified number of cycles as well as the amp. Okay. Then we can see the momentary. Momentary means in between, nothing but the some more time when compared to the instantaneous problem. In interruption, how many cycles it will produce? I mean, how much cycles it will produce in the system? I mean, it will be there in the system up to the 30 cycles to the 3 seconds. Okay, there is no changes in. I mean, there is no much difference in the amplitude, but it will changes the long duration. Long duration. These here in this momentary, it will present in the long duration. Okay. Then we can see the next one is the temporal. Then in the coming lectures, we thoroughly discussing the how the sag is produced, how the swell is produced. Okay, no problem. Again, once again, you can see this. The next one is the temporary. So in temporary also, almost all amplitudes are amplitude, nothing but the magnitude value is changes. The only changes is the time. Okay. The next one. You remember all these things up to this one, up to this category is present less than 1 minute. All these categories problems in arithmetic transients or impulsive, I mean impulsive transients or oscillative transients or short duration variance are present within the less than 1 minute in the system. Remaining What are the remaining here? What are the remaining here? Here, these remaining things, nothing but long durations, interruptions greater than 1 minute time, greater than 1 minute time. Nothing but when the problem is present in the system, that will rectified within the less than 1 minute, that we can again classify into the transients, again short duration variations. When any problem is present in the system greater than 1 minute, we can classify it into the long duration variations. Again, the interruptions, under voltages, over voltages, voltage unbalances, wave distortions, DC offset, harmonics, and time. Okay, na? These are the less than 1 minute present in the system. These problems are present in greater than 1 minute in the system. Okay. Okay, as you understand, I think. Yes, you see the long duration variations. In this long duration variations, again we can categorize into the interruption, under voltages, as well as the over voltages. Long duration variations, we can categorize the interruptions, as well as nothing but the sustained voltages, as well as the over voltages. Under interruption, under voltage, over voltage. The same names is also present here. Interruption, voltage sag or dip, under voltage, I mean a swell, nothing but the over voltage like. But here the names are changes at the same time. Why? Because the perception, nothing but the time you can calculate it, nothing but the problem, nothing but an voltage and under voltage is present in the system greater than 1 minute, you can call it you can consider it as the under voltage. If it is present in the gate, I mean if the voltage is more than the specified limit, more than 1 minute, you can call it as the over voltage. Or if the same problem, the voltage is present more the voltage is nothing but when compared to the specified voltage, the more the voltage is present in the system, less than the 3 seconds, you can call it as a swell. That the same we can here, call it as the over voltages in the system here, and over voltage. Okay, now I once again repeatedly say that these problems, these power quality problems here, up to this one, is present less than 1 minute in the system. You can categorize 2 ways. Okay, na? Next, this one, greater than 1 minute in the system. Okay, I think the time is running out already. Now, in the next class, we are thoroughly see the what is long duration variations. Under that, interruption over voltages, under voltages, and voltage balances. We found these offset harmonics and all other. Thank you. Thank you for joining our class.